All right, shalom, shalom, chaverim. I'm Steve Benoon. You're watching Fact News Network, and listen, we are actually preparing right now to record the broadcast for Danoon Institute. But before I did, I wanted to send this information to you thanks to my Middle Eastern correspondent. He had sent me a message earlier today, but I've been so bogged down in studying for biblical teachings for Danoon Institute that I've not had the chance to even check my text or anything. And also, Brother Gary, I think Brother Gary Lowry sent me another platform that we can use other than Skype. So I want to thank all of my friends that are there getting that information out to us. Really appreciate you tremendously. God bless you from Denver, Colorado as well. And so at any rate, let's get right into what's happening here. Let me turn the screen back around to my computer here. That I have up here. And by the way, you can see all these biblical places we have opened up: Daniel, Genesis, Isaiah, Ezra, Psalm, Revelation, Hosea, more Genesis and Proverbs, and all over the place, not to mention the Dead Sea Scrolls to my right here. I'll just kind of share that with you there too. We got some of those laying out over here, some other books there. So if you want to join us over on Danoon Institute, if you're not familiar with that channel, check it out, Danoon Institute on YouTube. It's our biblical teaching channel. It's going to be a pretty provocative program though. But anyway, let's get right to it here. I was given the message that Turkey, by going in there and attacking Libya and sending their troops into Libya to try to help the West overthrow the Libyan General Haftar, has really stirred up a hornet's nest. And now Haftar is signing agreements with the Syrian government, the Syrian foreign minister, the MOU with a delegation from the unrecognized government in East Libya, which is allied with Haftar, including agreement on open diplomatic missions. First time the man who holds the title of foreign minister in pro-Haftar parallel government has been recognized by any foreign ministry. So, what have they done effectively? They are establishing military ties. And I hate to tell you, friends, to me, that's very important news. And I know a lot of people might think, wow, that's crazy over there, Steve. I mean, my gosh, everybody thinks, anyway, that, Syria, like Bashar al-Assad, is some murderous dictator, which is totally fake news. Let's clear that up. Totally fake news. All right? Listen. Bashar al-Assad never gassed his own people, but thanks to the United States in overthrowing Libya during the Obama administration and Clinton helping with the CIA to funnel all that sarin gas over through Turkey, Erdogan, that's why Erdogan, by the way, is in Libya right now, trying to help repay some of the gestures that the United States has given them for their dirty work in this process. And but at any rate, what we're dealing with now is the fact that there's some of the very last remaining countries in the world that are fighting the tyranny of global domination. And I have to say that. And listen, if you go to the Danoon Institute, of course, it's not going to be up because I forgot about time change. What is it? Yeah, wow, it's almost like midnight, right? I didn't even know that. But at any rate, it's really, God bless you from Kentucky as well. So it's really sad what's going on. And when I say sad what's going on in this world, because biblically I have discovered, unfortunately, it is many professed Christians and that have unwittingly allowed the power to be given to the beast kingdom. I say this because what happened is, as Jude brought out, many have crept in unaware. All right? Jude, they saw it back in the times of Yeshua. They crept in unaware. And what did? It was the reptilian race that crept in unaware, right? And that's what's happened in today's time. And I discovered in Daniel prophecies that have already been fulfilled, but also the ones that have not been fulfilled are those that that the guilt lays on these reptilian that have crept in the church. They have bewitched the people, And unfortunately, many of the believers not realizing what the truth of the gospel was, hey, me included at one time, have allowed this to happen. And it is giving the rise to that final beast kingdom. Now, we are still supposed to be reigning with Christ right now over principalities, wickedness in high places. And I realize we're on the news right now, so I'll get back to the news here. But check it out. I think it'll be a blessing to you. Let's take a look back here at the screen again. One other thing, too, that my good friend from the Middle East had shared with me, and this was Ethiopia, the coronavirus in Ethiopia. Is that true? The Prime Minister of Ethiopia tested positive for coronavirus. This is just coming out. I have gotten reports. You're not going to see it as far as I can see on the internet anywhere as of yet. 2,500 deaths on what they're calling disease X in Ethiopia. We can speculate all day long. What does that really mean? But with hundreds of Chinese coming through Ethiopia, the real risk of coronavirus exists, as this man right here is saying here. Let me just jump over there, follow the guy. We'll see what's going on with this guy. Maybe I can find out more from him a little bit later. The coronavirus alarm 3 hours ago, breaking Saudi Arabia bans travel to and from European Union, Switzerland, India, Pakistan, Syria, Sri Lanka, Philippines, Sudan, Ethiopia, South Sudan, all these other nations here. Why? Because of the spread of the COVID-19. Also, the United States, from what I understand, President Trump also suspending flights coming from Europe to the United States. Now, you can fly from the United States to Europe, but not the other way around. Really, really strange things that are going on. You know, it goes back to, I remember a lady telling me years ago, she's a very sweet sister. She worked under Ronald Reagan, and she spoke to me about one time about that the day is going to come that you will not be able to travel unless you've been vaccinated. It's going to be mandatory vaccination. Well, they have created exactly what they need in order to bring that about, no doubt. But anyway, I don't see anything as of yet on the story that's been shared with me, but from what I've been told, 2,500 have died of this disease X. Maybe let me try that. Let's type in disease X, because this is what my good friend was telling me. And so I certainly believe that to be true. He's always been very, very accurate on this information. Mysterious sickness bringing death and dismay to eastern Ethiopia. Virus hunters meet the scientists searching for disease X. This is on the Telegraph right now. Born by animals have caused some of the most devastating epidemics in history. But what? Okay, that's the Telegraph. We'll just jump on there real quick just to see if we get anything on that. Okay, so it is called disease X. So right now they're not saying it's coronavirus, but from Ebola to swine flu to HIV/AIDS, viruses born by animals have caused some of the most devastating epidemics in history. What will come next in Sierra Leone? Joel Shuttle joins the scientists working to find disease X, a virus that is yet undiscovered, but which could have potential to ravage populations. Photographs by Simon Townsley. Now, I'm being told that 2,500 people have died from this disease X already. So that's all I can really say. I don't really know for sure what the deal is on these things there. So we'll try to update you. So, again, it's my own source giving me that information. So I can't really confirm that as of right now. But I do want to thank you guys for listening in. This was something that Sister Rosa had shared with me. I posted on our Israeli News Live Facebook page for you guys. Detroit pauses water shutoffs amid coronavirus outbreak. That's a good humanitarian gesture. I'm glad to see they did something like that. Also, too, actually, we'd already this was kind of hypocritical, how present-day Iran's coronavirus crisis coincides with the upcoming Purim holiday. Israel blaming, almost as if they're, rejoicing that Iran is getting the coronavirus. Well, then how do you figure it when Israel's getting the coronavirus as well? Such hypocritical stuff that goes out there. Really sad to see that, but at any rate. And of course, we're talking about quarantine dollars from Asia on COVID-19 transmission. Well, they've got a new way now to get rid of all of the dollars, right? They're going to call in the currency. How much money will you lose because of this? So anyway, Escape the Matrix, bless you. Thank you. And thank you guys for listening tonight. I know we don't have very many live here because we are on Israeli News Live, Fact News Network. So not as many people are quite aware when we're doing our broadcast, and we still haven't quite got to the top of making sure we're doing this on a regular basis there. So at any rate, all right, so listen, you want to check in this later tonight. I think it'll be a blessing to you. It'll be up, probably about 1 o'clock in the morning, more than likely. We're fixing to get into Daniel here. That's Septuagint there, just looking at some of the wording in there. Going to be going over here, jumping in on this here. Very, very interesting passages, starting with Daniel chapter 7, and then we'll be moving right in, comparing some of this with other parts of Daniel as well, and I think it'll really be a blessing to you. So thank you, and blessings. Hope we see you on Danoon Institute. I'll try to remember to post a link to that in case you guys don't know. Let me just show you, though. Let's just do that real quick. Let's go to YouTube. And actually, you know what? Let's better yet, let's do it like this here. Let me go just to Google, and we'll type in Danoon, D-E-N, there we go, Danoon Institute YouTube, right there. If you just click on that, that should bring you right up, all right? This is my pen name I used to write books under when I first started ministry. So click on that right there. That'll take you straight to the channel, and you can just click on the channel and you are there. All right, so I think you're there. Am I there? No, that says Israeli News Live. So no, I'm not there. I guess you have to know. Well, let's see exactly where it's at. Maybe this is it. Let's try it. So, oh my gosh, there's so many other names with my name on it. How does this happen? I don't have no idea. That's terrible. Maybe I do have to take and just go to YouTube there and give you guys a direct link on this. I didn't know there were so many people copying my channel. Anyway, that's kind of terrible, isn't it? Let's just type in Danoon Institute. Let's see what it brings. There you go. That's what it should look like. Should be me there in the old days when I used to wear kippas all the time, and 34.5 thousand subscribers. So we hope that if you're not there, you'll subscribe as well. Visions and Dreams is something I did a week ago there. Just something I actually did that live. So anyway, and check everything out. We hope it's a blessing to you. This channel here, by the way, you need to know about this, because if they ever shut down Israeli News Live, I try to do teaching here where it's more neutral. I don't try to, I still very firm, very clear on scripture, and I'm thinking about doing a whirlwind of teachings over here on biblical prophecy because of all the things that we've gone way off on. So, and by the way, that's a picture of Tel Aviv, if you ever wonder about that. Tel Aviv is where we were there one time. Never lived there. I lived in Jerusalem when I lived in Israel. So, and of course, Israeli News Live. All you guys already know about Israeli News Live. And Israeli News Live, if you happen to click over there, that picture is the suicide bombing. I actually took that picture there 2004 that God allowed me to survive, and so that I could still be here today to talk with you guys. Anyway, so no, they're not shutting down Israeli News Live as far as I know. I'm always trying to be prepared, and this is why I constantly reiterate these things. Patreon as well. We got everything together, ready to do Patreon. Again, a new message being uploaded. Just uploaded one a few days ago, but we're uploading a new one there on Patreon. So if you want to check that out, Patreon, Israeli News Live. Check that out as well. That should be tomorrow. We're going to record sometime midday tomorrow. Blessings to you all.